What's up, YouTube? This is Cdog back with another Transformers review. Transformers Animated Voyager class Blitzwing. He's a triple changer from the Transformers Animated line. There's a cool art of him there. Triple changer. Transformers Animated Voyager class. Number 3 level advanced conversion. Ages 5 and up. Blitzwing Decepticon. You got a cool picture of him there. Got Blitzwing confuses the Autobots with his changing faces. You got a cool picture of his German tank soldier mode there. And then you got some cross-shows of Voyager Lugnut, who I've done a review of, and Voyager Grimlock, who I've also done a review of. And we got some Deluxe Class Snarl, Autobot Jazz, Soundwave, and Oil Slick on the back, because they used to give, or on the bottom, because they used to give us cross-shows on the bottom. And then on the back we have the obligatory product shots. We got the bot mode, all 3 faces. We got the tank and the jet, as well as, whoa, I'm freaking out. And then the bio, which reads, Blitzwing Decepticon Berserker. Even by Decepticon standards, Blitzwing is totally insane. He's got 3 personalities packed into his Cyberarium steel chassis, and he argues with himself almost as often as he argues with other Decepticons. The only person he listens to without interrupting is Megatron, because all 3 of his personalities are terrified of the Decepticon commander. He carries a superheater cannon and a hyperfrost emitter to burn or freeze his enemies. He's got a rotating turret. He's a triple changer, sometimes changes to tank in midair and crashes. He also likes to freeze and then melt his components, and he has trouble flying in a straight line. So without further ado, let's get right into that review. Here he is out of the packaging, and he was already out of the packaging, as you might have noticed, but this is him in his jet mode. You can see they got the nice, almost like third-party like plastic would be today. Nice hard plastic. And one of the reasons that we get so many QC problems now is because they use this softer, gummier plastic, which gives a lot of problems with joints. They should use hard plastic for the joints and soft plastic for non-joints, if you ask me, unless that still doesn't help. But you got these cool wings that are articulated. You got the tail wing and the stabilizer and tail wings. Then he's got these jets that come out the back that he has missiles that attach in that look kind of like, you know, jet propulsion. And he's a little bit, he can fall apart pretty easily if you move him around. As if you notice, he's not really pegged together all that securely or anything, but on the ground he rolls no problem. He won't fall apart if you're rolling him around. He has wheels on the bottom, so you can see those there. But as you can see there, he doesn't have, this doesn't peg in anywhere. It just flops. So, and this as well, this doesn't peg in. There's a little peg right there. They could have orchestrated some way to peg it in, but they didn't. I'm already giving away his robot mode heads. But we have this nice gloss polished black here for the front of the cockpit. Nice gold Decepticon symbol outlined with metallic purple, more metallic purple diamonds with molded lining through it. Get some black lining going on there, as well as here. Painted. He's got his tank tracks painted in this nice khaki color with metallic purple as well. Metallic purple on the end of the barrels for his jets, and then you got metallic purple plastic for the wings and the stabilizers and tail wings, and khaki plastic. But very cool. Like I showed you, he does roll. Just to show you a scale with a 3-inch figure. That's what a 3-inch figure looks like. So, in all, this figure is in jet mode. He is 7.5 inches long in jet mode. And that's going back to here. Not to all the way to back there. I'm not going to measure that. Now, in the cartoon, this would be able to flip underneath, and you'd have a tank underneath. But the only way to do that would be to go something like this, and there's just no way to get it under there. You'd have to flip these around, and it's just not going to work. You could possibly, the way I thought about doing it is like this. And let me just try something really quick. You can kind of get it. So you might be able to customize something. See, it goes under, but you can't fix the legs right. But just to show you that, so if anyone asks, that is that. So let's get this back in where it needs to be so we can transform them correctly for the transformation. As you can see, these fire, but we'll show you that more in a minute. So just to show you, we're going to plug this back in, and you can see that he does come apart here very easily. So transformation, let's get this back in focus. There we go. You want to start by flipping this underneath there, and then flipping this. Oh, let's get these back into place. There we go. Flipping this underneath here, and then taking this and separating that and rotating that up in there. Next, you want to go. You want this fold over like that, and then up like this. So you got it like that. Make sure this is pegged in here, because you're going to use this peg right now. So you're going to rotate up, but you need to get these up, or no, actually you need to get these back like this to get it to go up over here, and then you that peg into that slot right there. Peg in that like that. And then you bring these to the front. Lift up these if you have to, like that, and the wings would normally be like that, and then you press down on that, and that helps you secure everything together like this. Push those down, and then bring these to the front. And there is his tank mode. So very nice little tank mode. Once again, he rolls like a little son of a bitch, just showing you the wheels. 2 wheels right like that and that. And he's very cool. He's got little like eyes kind of painted on. And he does have this rotating, detented. Oops. See, as you can see, he's not pegged together or anything. So holding him, you've got to, be careful. But he does rotate 360, which is nice. And if you wanted to, you could make him kind of look like a robot a little bit. Just need a little head on top, but with putting his arms, kind of looks like arms. To show you the cannons, rotate this back. They fire really nicely, just to show you. So there, you can see they really do fire nicely. So that's that. So we're going to remove the cannons just for now, and then we'll show you the 3-inch figure scale, and then we'll do a little measurement. So that's a 3-inch figure, which is smaller than a G.I. Joe. Keep in mind, 3 3/4 is a big difference. He now becomes, well, from the, I guess that's shorter anyway. So he comes 4.5 inches long now. So very cool, just to show you what he looks like next to a deluxe, let's say. That would be what he looks like. So about the right size. Keep in mind, this is a Voyager. And very cool. Now you get the painted plastic here. Paint the tips of the barrels, which is nice. You got that metallic paint up here that shows. And very nice. Just looks all in all. You can see the construction is really nice. There's really no hollow bits, except for in between here. But if they had figured out a way to peg that together. But these were made to transform fast. But continuing on with the transformation, next up we're going to go into bot mode. You want to lift these, bring up the wings again, bring them out. Then you take these hands and pull them up. I'm going to get this out of the way. Pull that up like this. And then we take this, and you want to pull from, basically from here. Hopefully it will stay. Oh, maybe this might be easier. Gives more leverage. You want to separate that. That'll give you some room to bring these out. You can just bring them out like this. These are his arms. And when you're going back in, you also want to separate this just to show you. When you're going back in, you want to use this tabbing system. So let me get this out of the way. So you would tab it together, the black parts, which I was able to do no problem. But now that everything's in the way, but you get everything and you tab it together. It's not going to let me, is it? Because it's like that. And then you tab it together like that first. And then that'll allow you to have it together like this. And then you secure these to there. Pull that down and pop this. And obviously you have the rest different than what it is now. But going back, we want to separate that. We want to bring these back out, which separates the tabbing. So we're going back to where we were before, which was right about here. All right, next. All right, so there's the step we were at. Now we want to bring down, once you get the arms out like that, you can bring the legs down. These become legs. You can hear the nice ratchets. Very nice. I'm going to raise this up just a bit. You now swing these up on shoulder hinges to the front, like that. And you bring this up and secure that in there like this. Next up, you want to open up the trapdoors here. Pull. There's a little catch. Pull out the heel. Once you have the heel, you can push on that to pull out the whole foot. Close the trapdoor. Again, catch, heel, push heel, like that. And then what you want to do here is you want to rotate. Yeah, you want it like that. And you want to push these back. And you want to bring this back and use that peg for this now. And then rotate his head around 180. Bring these to the back. And we have him in, and then just straighten out his hands. And we have him in robot mode. Let me readjust the camera. So yeah, very nice. Very, very cool. There we go. Oops. As you can see, his head do show up a little bit. In the beginning, it was more like up on the top. It was more together, so you wouldn't see it as much, although you would see it somewhat still. But very cool in robot mode. You can see the head sculpt. You got the black paint with the orange mouth and eyes. And then you can swivel it like this. That's how you get it to swivel. Well, usually it swivels a little easier, but there's a dial in the back, but that's even harder. But then you got the German character there. Blue paint. You get the red. What do they call those? Mono glass. So very cool. Get the red optic and the mono glass. I think that's what they're called. And then, oh wait, we're going this way still. And then we got the German tank soldier, or the soldier. Dude, what is your problem? I never had this much problem. Why is it? There we go. And then we have this. And he's got the skin kind of colored for face, and then the red visor. A little bit of black paint details on the top of his soldier helmet, or World War II helmet, basically, is what he's wearing. That's what he looks like from the back. Oops, he's supposed to be like that. You can see the construction. There's no hollow bits at all. A little bit here, but it doesn't feel hollow the way it's built. You can see that all of the construction is much different back then. And like I was saying when he was in the other mode, is the harder plastic makes for better joints. I mean, just look, these joints are just, they're great. You know, and you got a little bit of that, but even so, like this, it's not going to fall too much. For articulation, we'll start with the head. You get a head swivel, as well as those, so you can swivel it together. And it's a little bit difficult, as you can see, but it does work. So I'm just going to hold it together. I noticed on the left side it works a lot easier than pulling it right together with the whole thing. But anyways, his arms will swivel around 360 here. If you move this out of the way, you do get a little back. You also get up. So you can get it to do one of these type of deals. It doesn't go fully up, but that's as far as it goes. You get the double jointed elbow. So you get one here as well as here. You get the bicep swivel. That'll go 360. You get an inward bend at the hinge, at the hand. You also get the ankles, or not the ankles, sorry, the hips that go out fully. Really nicely, actually. And then front to back pretty nicely as well. Actually, it doesn't seem to want to go back. Huh. Oh, that's new. Sorry about that, guys. And then you get the thigh swivel, and then you get a really deep bend at the knee. And what's really cool about this figure is he's got front to back ankle articulation. Great ankle articulation, which makes him easy to pose and stand. Let's get him in a nice little pose for you. Actually, no, I need to go the other way. So, get him into the little pose. There we go. As you can see there, and he stands nicely enough. So, just to show you what he looks like with a deluxe figure. We'll get him standing up. And we'll also put him up to a modern deluxe. So, as people know, I have most of the animated line, pretty much all of them, give or take. I mean, I do need a few, but less than 10. I think even less than 5. But so there he is from there. And then to show you what he looks like with a modern day Voyager, the size of one anyway. There, so he is a little bit taller. Although his perspective doesn't look quite like it. But just to show you from the back side. Alright. So, moving him out of the way, let me know what you think of the review. Leave a like if you liked the video. You know, check out my Twitter at Cdog Cdog 4, all lowercase, no spaces. That's Cdog Cdog 4. And, yeah, so he's very posable, as you can see here. Let me get him in a little bit more like that. But, yeah, so stay awesome, stay subbed, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace, it's Rap, guys. I'm out. Megatron said no. I do not care what Megatron said. I hear. Peace.